Surely it's harder for the EU players queuing NA. How could the NA players complain? I've not talked to them all. I don't know what they were saying, but from watching a ton of high level 2s games in EU and NA and some EU versus NA, I can say with confidence that the reason NA players would complain about playing with or against EU players in 2v2 is that EU is a lot more aggressive. NA players like to go for big boosts, they like to give each other a ton of space, and when everybody's giving each other a ton of space, everybody gets to go for air dribbles, and everybody gets to go for ceiling shots and flip resets, and you're all having fun because you're all doing mechanical things, and it's like a gentleman's agreement to not be annoying. But in EU, everybody's super annoying. Everybody's just, you know, getting up close and personal, pressuring the ball, and never leaving. Like, you just want that, okay, let me try and illustrate a situation here that I think will help you understand the difference between EU and NA. So, let's imagine that you are defending this goal here, and let's say that, well, I'm just saying this is your goal, so I'm playing on this team, and you get the ball in this kind of position here, and you just want the opponent who's right in front of you and definitely has no boost. You know that there's an opponent right here and he has 0 boost. You know, sometimes you just know that someone's a 0 boost, and you know that this guy who's your opponent has 0. Now what you want him to do is you want him to, you know, flip away to the halfway line and get this boost. But instead, what he does, let's just get rid of all our boosts so we can be a player with no boost. So instead of that, he turns around and he just single jumps into the ball and ruins your, you know, off the wall air dribble that you're planning. You're planning to go this way and do a massive, like, you know, cross field air dribble, and this guy just ruined it by turning around with no boost, and that's going to be super annoying if you've just like planned this off the wall play and then this guy just will not leave the ball. So that's something you're going to see a lot in EU. People just will not leave the ball because they know, well, if I leave the ball, he's going to go for a big off the wall air dribble. That's dangerous, so I'm just going to stay near the ball and not let him do that. Even if I've got no boost, I'm just going to stay near the ball anyway, because then he can't do anything too scary. And even if they do get the ball past you, you've got a teammate behind who can then take it for free. So it's all about ball pressure in EU. It's all about ball pressure and never leaving the ball to go for boost pretty much as a priority. Whereas NA, you know, okay, you know, we go for the attack, doesn't work, it's fine, we're just going to go all the way back here, the mid boost is gone, it's fine, we'll just take this one, and you'll often see like a full pitch, full length pitch between the player and the ball, whereas in EU they'd probably just turn around and grab a 12 pad. So that's probably why NA players are annoyed, if I had to guess, but I would be very interested to hear if there's other ideas. Other reasons, I should say. Rosa Parks, thanks for the 4-month tier 1, I really appreciate that. And Smarks, thanks for the £5. He said Arsenal often uploads losses as a viewer. Arsenal often uploads losses, and as a viewer, TBH, I feel like I enjoy seeing him pop off instead of getting clapped. I want to see him peaking. Yeah, see, there's another good take. Another very reasonable and a very well explained perspective on selective uploading. And yeah, I think I can totally see where you're coming from. It's a personal preference thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with you preferring that. And I think it changes from player to player. Let me ask you guys in chat. We're gonna think about that. You know, do you prefer watching a player win or lose? Type 1 in chat if you would prefer watching me lose and raging about it. Type 2 in chat if you want to watch me win and you know, score a couple of above average goals. And yeah, I think for me it's a very different situation than a pro player, but the consensus is clear. People would much rather see me rage, and some of my most popular videos where I'm playing are videos where I get completely destroyed by either just bad luck or bad play or a mixture of both. So for me, people would much, I think, rather watch me lose and rage than watch me just win and score average goals. But it doesn't just apply to casters. I'm going to hit you with another player here that I know you guys are going to also have the same take on. So type 1 in chat if you would rather watch Jesse rage. Type 2 in chat if you'd rather watch him win and have a rank up stream. Yeah, it's all ones again. All ones again. And that doesn't surprise me. But try to be honest here, chat. I want honest polling here. Let's talk about Smark's example. Would you rather see Arsenal rage type 1, or would you rather see him pop off type 2 in videos and streams? So yeah, for Arsenal it's a very clear 2. Everybody wants to see Arsenal pop off. You don't find rage funny. Well, it's very interesting you say that, because I actually think Arsenal rage is hilarious. he has some of the funniest rage. I don't think he, well, from what I'm reading here, I don't think he uploads rage losses to his YouTube by the sounds of things. But I've seen him rage on stream many times, and it's hilarious. It's genuinely hilarious. I think he's very, very funny. But yeah, I can also see, I think Arsenal popping off is hilarious. Like, he's a very funny guy. And a very exciting and engaging personality. There's no surprise that he's doing extremely well for himself in YouTube. But I think generally this is probably like a EU NA thing as well. I think EU is a lot more cynical and a lot more negative, whereas NA is all about like positive vibes and, you know, trying to put the best version of yourself out there, whereas EU are just like, UK in particular and Scotland in particular, Glasgow where I'm at, super in particular, everybody's just like, haha, look how much of an idiot I am, you know, look at this dumb stuff that I just did, you know, everybody's just like making fun of themselves. Like, there's really not a lot of self-praise and not a lot of, you know, there wouldn't, trust me, there wouldn't be a lot of selective uploading if there was like a really good Glasgow Rocket League player. Like, they just wouldn't. They would not do that, because and that's, you know, part of the reason why I think a lot of the EU people like Appjack doesn't do selective uploading. He just doesn't care. It's part of UK culture. Just be very you know, very negative, very cynical place. No positive vibes here. You think EU or NA is more sensitive than than EU? I mean, yeah, probably, but it's just culture. You know, there isn't a superior, I don't think, version. You know, I know a lot of Americans. I like a lot of Americans. I have a lot of American friends, and you know, their positivity can really fit in, and it can be a really good thing. But I think the best thing about esports and the best thing about Rocket League is you get a variety. So if everybody was just like cynical and everybody was just British, I think that would suck. If everybody was just you know, positive vibes American, I think that would suck as well. But it's because we got a mixture, we got everything, and we don't have to choose. We could just have both, and we can have everything in between. You know, there's so many different. I've said two things there, like, you know, cynical guy and really positive guy. There's so many different things in between, and so many other things as well. They're all different. So, and there's definitely, like, you know, positive vibes European people out there, and, you know, people who prefer positive vibes. There's definitely like cynical Americans. You don't all have to fit in the same mold. But yeah, the best thing is we can get a bit of everything. So if you don't like people who only upload their wins, then just go watch one of the people who uploads their losses. If you like people who only upload their wins, good, that's fine. You shouldn't feel bad about that. No one should, you know, nothing that anyone says should make you think that that is a stupid thing to like. Because if you like it, it's perfectly understandable, perfectly fine. I actually have a personal, like, thing, well, an analogy, not even an analogy, but I have something that I've recently encountered that is the exact same thing to me as what we're talking about. So, you know, right now we're talking about preferences of content, basically. I was just in this last weekend, I was in London for a friend's wedding, and my girlfriend and I decided to visit Harrods and cry because everything's too expensive. But while we were there, we were looking at some watches that are just like absurd watches, and you know, just talking about which ones we thought were the coolest. And for me, you know, when it comes to the watches, the ones that really stood out and the ones I liked were the simple ones, the classy ones, the ones that don't have any like jewels on the front or anything like that, just clean watches. But my girlfriend won't she'll never pick, like, if there's a watch that's just clean and has nothing on it, and then there's the exact same watch but it has diamonds on it, she'll prefer the one with diamonds on it. If there's, you know, the exact same watch but this one has got a bit of gold, a gold stripe on it, she'll like that one. You know, whichever one has the more like bits on it, the more the more glitter or whatever is what I'll jokingly call it, she'll prefer that. And that's just preference, you know. I'd say that the, you know, let's say that the basic, like, clean watches are the ones that if a Rocket League YouTube viewer was a watch fan, they would like the basic, you know, clean watches. If they're somebody who just wants somebody to upload all their losses, upload wins and losses, you probably like the simple ones. But if you want to only see the absolute, like, you know, pop off moments, yeah, maybe you like diamonds and watches. Subjective? Yeah, of course it's subjective. That's why I'm bringing it up, because I'm making a comparison to something else that I think is subjective. You know, I hear a lot of talk about, oh, everybody should upload losses or this and that, but it's entirely subjective what someone does and what a viewer prefers. But it's very interesting. Cause some of the watch, I would like point at a case and be like, okay, which watch in this case is the best one? And my girlfriend would point at like the ugliest one that's just covered in like covered in nonsense. I'm like, that is the worst. They've ruined it. It's the worst watch. Well, what have they done to this? But that's just my preference, you know. And I wouldn't try and make, if I saw someone with that exact watch, I wouldn't tell them that. I wouldn't try and make them, well, you know, I wouldn't just go out of my way to be like, dude, why would they do that, you know? You just, if that's what they like, that's what they like. Let them have it, you know? Let them have their happiness. Yeah, in the case of me and my girlfriend, of course I could just roast her. So, roast her on her terrible taste. Yo, Jogstrap, thanks for the 53, not 35, 53-month prime. Welcome back, man. I really appreciate that, dude. You play keyboard, right? How do you speed flip? I just hold air roll. Speed flipping on keyboard is actually a lot easier than you might think, because I think a lot of the tutorials overcomplicate it. In conclusion, use the clock on your phone and don't buy a watch. Exactly. Exactly. No, I do like watches a lot. If we're talking watches, I'm definitely a watch fan. I might buy one. Well, I've got a watch. It's like it's a very cheap Casio. Of course, Casio is the best watch brand. So why would I not have a Casio? Everybody's got a Casio. But I might buy like a legit one. I know, we got any watch people in chat? No, yeah, Casio Pog. Exactly. There's another French player, well, who's got a watch brand name, and it's actually another watch brand that I really like, Seiko. So look out for Seiko. Oh man, if Seiko, I honestly I think Seiko or Grand Seiko might be my favorite watches. I think it might be my favorite watches. So Seiko, he better turn out to be a good player. He can't be bad. But anyway, back to speed flipping. So I can't really do it well to this side. I'm not very good at doing it to this side, the left. The speed flipping to the right is very easy, or it feels very easy. But yeah, the thing you want to do is pretty much just do a flip cancel forward. Like, so you're gonna try and like do this motion, like to flip cancel straight down as soon as you do a diagonal flip. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm just diagonal flipping like this while holding boost. Like I hold boost throughout the whole thing with a diagonal flip. But as soon as you flip, you want to flip cancel to the back, so down, but not to the side, so only down. And then halfway through, you want to then oh no, sorry, I'm explaining this wrong. So you want to flip cancel to the side and back. What am I talking about? I'm doing it, but I'm saying something else. So you want to flip cancel to the side and back. So here what I'm doing is I'm holding W and A to flip, and then I just keep holding A, and instead of W I hold S. But you only hold S for the first like half of the flip. You let go of S halfway through the flip. You don't keep flip canceling with S, 'cause if you keep flip canceling, your car's gonna like take longer to land. You want to like let the nose of the car hit the ground so you can get back in control sooner. KBM tutorials, listen mate, there are dozens of us. There are dozens of us KBM players. So none of that cheek please. Yeah, I can't really do it on this side very well. I can only do it this way. Yeah, I just usually do it the same way every time. I always prefer to flip cancel or flip to the right on speed flips. Side doesn't change anything with the cancel. It's an air steer, so like see if you don't hold right on the flip, it won't work. I don't know if this is just this is probably just a keyboard mouse thing, but you want to be steering on the landing. So the easiest way to do that is just never let go of steer, because you're holding A for the flip, and you need to also be holding A or D. Actually, no, I'm doing it on right, so it's D. What am I talking about? Like I'm holding D for the flip, and I also need to be holding D while I'm landing. So the easiest way to do that is to just hold it throughout the whole thing. Because if you don't hold D on the landing, it would look like this. Wait, let me just see if I'll go get boost and see what it looks like. Wait. It's actually so hard to demonstrate something wrong. Like, I'm gonna try and mess it up, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it. But yeah, do you see that? How it just takes longer to land? Like that. And then my car actually just landed sideways. Like this. Do you see how every time I flip, my car is actually like steering to the left on the landing? This is me not holding D on the landing. My car just steers. When you hold it on the landing, your car kind of like, do you see that last motion? It kind of, right at the end, after you've finished the flip, the right wheels just slam down and you end up straight again. So if you just hold that button all the way through, it's probably the easiest way to do it. I mean, you could let go and then reapply it, but that's just like unnecessary APM. You might as well just hold it. Hold the D key, like Jockstrap's saying. And yeah, don't forget to hold power slide. I mean, sometimes you don't have to, because sometimes you just nail it, so you know that you're not going to need to hold power slide because you're just perfect on the landing. But holding power slide on landings is usually a good idea to just practice, because it'll just help all of your recoveries be better. Do you think it's a bit harder to get the instant flip cancel WS on a keyboard than a controller? I use keyboard, and that was the part that I struggle with when learning a speed flip. Not really. I think it's probably easier on a I mean, I think it's got to be just as easy on a keyboard, because I mean, it feels to me instantaneous. I don't have a keyboard overlay, but it feels like a tiny amount of time between letting go of W and pressing S. It's like I just slide my finger down from W to S, and you know, if you do it too early, this happens. That's like a failed speed flip. If you do it too early, it'll just do this. But if you do it like right after you flip, it just looks very, very fast. Very clean. But yeah, it's super easy on a keyboard to speed flip. Once you realize that you just have to do a normal diagonal flip, and then just don't let go of whichever, like if you flip to the right like I'm doing, you're holding D for the flip, just don't let go of D at all, and then hold S until your car has finished like self-righting itself. You don't want to keep holding S all the way or else this will happen. So watch this. Do you see how my car is like landing slightly off balance? Like my car is in the air too long, and it's landing with some of the wheels in the air. That's what happens if you hold S all the way through. You don't land quite, it's slightly unbalanced, so you want to let go right before the landing. Or else you steer too far to the right. If you don't hold D, you steer too far to the left, or you steer to the left on landing. It's actually so hard for me to demonstrate this wrong. I'm trying to not hold D here, and I'm letting go of everything. It's genuinely so hard. But yeah, you see, you end up steering to the left if you don't hold D, and if you hold S too long, you'll end up too far to the right and just airborne for too long as well. You know, letting go of S that little bit sooner gets you back on the ground faster. Just slightly faster. NA couldn't pull off these moves if they tried. Do NA have any KBM players? EU got Yukio. OCE got Tarsos. Holding the left stick down the whole way seems easier. Yeah, it's always going to be a bit different between KBM and console. I think that was what was throwing me off for a while, is I thought I had to just hold S all the way through, and my car was always landing a bit to the left. I'm thinking, what is going on? Like, why am I always facing left on the landing? Then I realized you just got to keep holding the steer as well, so your car steers at the very last second. Yes, Steak on EU as well, of course, and Fruity. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there, guys. We've finished exposing the Muffin Man for who he truly is. Nah, jokes. Jokes. How can you expose someone if everybody already knew they were a fraud? Got him. Oh no, I need to stop. I need to stop. Now, but listen, before anyone just tuned in and missed everything what we said earlier, this is all in good fun. I have nothing against anyone who selectively uploads on YouTube. In fact, I think that there are good reasons to do it in some occasions. So, I have nothing against it. Oh, this is actually so funny. These lag games, man. I really thought this was the MG, whatever it is, decal. This one. But it's not. It doesn't have the shark thing on the front. It's pretty clean. MGDA? Is it? Wait, I gotta create a new preset. Gotta make a Dominus. Blech. Disgusting. Where is it? MDGA. I thought it was this decal. Pretty clean decal. I like the MDGA. Anyway, delete that trash. So wait, if I create a new preset, it creates preset 3. Does that mean my only preset is preset 2? What happened to preset 1? Why do I only have... Yeah, that's right, guys. I only have one preset. You know the buttons where it says switch preset? I don't even have them. I only use this car. I don't have any other presets. I've got other stuff, but I can't be bothered like making presets. Do I still play Marvels? Not done it in a long time, man. Not done it in a long time. I might one day. You never know. I won a Marvels race and I never did it again since then.